Hey world, Brother Paul, Universal Peace Officers, going into the archives, pulled out some Oswald Chambers, and I've been grooving on him a little bit in the morning. I read him some 10 years ago, and he's real deep, and I'm hoping today I'll be able to pull a little bit more out of the things that he put down on this paper. What's the good of temptation? No temptation has seized you except what is common to man, out of 1 Corinthians 10:13. The word temptation has come down in the world. We are apt to use it wrongly. Temptation is not sin. It is the thing that we are bound to meet if we are men. Not to be tempted would be to be beneath contempt. Many of us, however, suffer from temptations from which we have no business to suffer, simply because we have refused to let God lift us up to a higher plane where we would face temptations of another order. A man's disposition on the inside, i.e., what he possesses in his personality, determines what he is tempted by on the outside. The temptation fits the nature of the one tempted and reveals the possibilities of the nature. Every man has the setting of his own temptation, and the temptation will come along in the line of the ruling disposition. Temptation is a suggested shortcut to the realization of the highest at which I aim, not towards what I understand as evil, but towards what I understand as good. Temptation is something that completely baffles me for a while. I do not know whether the thing is right or wrong. Temptation yielded to is lust deified, and is a proof that it was timidity that prevented the sin before. Temptation is not something we may escape. It is essential to the full-orbed life of a man. Beware lest you think you are tempted as no one else is tempted. What you go through is the common inheritance of the race, not something no one ever went through before. God does not save us from temptation. He succors us in the midst of them. Succors us in the midst of them. Out of Hebrews 2:1-8, he makes reference to. And Hebrews 2:1-8, I'm going to read that real quick. Since he himself has gone through suffering and testing, he is able to help us when we are being tested. Just a different little outlook on temptation, and realizing that as human beings we're going to be tempted, and the relationship we have with God is going to determine the levels of those temptations. As I keep myself in a lower vibration and keep myself more in the material world, my temptations are going to be more in that realm. And then as I try to achieve higher and try to ask God to fill me with more of his righteousness, my temptations will come in other forms. But I also got to remember that God is with me through the temptations, and he's going to be there with me. And we have to remember the importance of spending time with God, spending time getting grounded, getting centered, getting plugged in, having our quiet time with him, taking care of our mind, body, and spirit, so we can then be in a better position to love others. So brothers and sisters, world, take time today and get centered, get grounded. Be at peace with God, be at peace with yourself, so you can better be at peace with other people. And be at peace with your dogs, of course. God, fill me with peace, love, and compassion. God, fill my family and friends with peace, love, and compassion. God, fill all the earth and all humanity with peace, love, and compassion. God bless America. God bless the world. Peace officers out.